everybody, Ramey here, and today I'm going to talk about augmented reality. I'm going to talk about what it is, the current state of it, and a little bit about the history and kind of where we come from. So before I really say what it is exactly, let's kind of go into the background of this and kind of show you, where we've started in like the 80s and how we progressed in the 90s and kind of where we are today. So, augmented reality is not necessarily a new concept. Augmented reality is the idea that we change our physical reality so that we can do or see things in that reality. So, for example, in the 80s, Nintendo had the gun and the Power Glove, which were the idea behind them was that we were going to be able to, work with our current environment, but enhance ourselves and what we could do with technology. Neither of them really worked out too well. The gun was okay, but the Power Glove was a complete failure. Sega came out with their 3D glasses so that we could interact with our environments and have these, things popping out at us in 3D. Again, didn't really work too well. I mean, these were the 80s and early 90s. We just did not have the technology, but the idea was there. And that's what's really cool, because this was the first glimpse of what we could potentially have. And we're getting to the point where we kind of have some really cool stuff out there, which I'm going to show you. But the idea, augmented reality, the idea that we can augment our reality is totally not a new concept. We've been doing this forever. All of you have seen augmented reality before. You've all used it. You ever looked into a rear view mirror? That is an example of augmented reality. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to have this tech device, but that's what many people think of. They picture like us having some kind of glasses or us having our phones, but that doesn't mean that's what it has to be. Not at all. This is just the perfect example of the most basic form of AR. Again, something we've had around for so long in an airplane. All pilots are using augmented reality. You can see here the picture of the pilot, like what he's seeing, how he's augmented reality with his height, altitude, distance, different metrics that he's able or she's able to see. So, you can see that we've had this stuff for a really long time. But again, when most people picture augmented reality, they're picturing something like their phone on their face. No, it is, though. It's not different. And this guy he's trying to make fun of Google Glass when it first came out, showing, putting his phone to his face and saying, this is what we've created. But he isn't far off from being incorrect. Funny picture. I love the joke, but he's not really lying. That's what it is. So let's talk about this AR and kind of where we are, what the technology is allowing us to do right now. Okay, so augmented reality is the idea that we can augment our reality. We can add things to our environment to make it better or different, enhance it. So, example that I have on the screen here, holding your phone up and being able to see what's around you. Are there restaurants? Are there places to sleep? How far away are they? Where are they at? Being in a grocery store, holding up your phone and saying, right here is peanut butter, and this is how much it is. On aisle 2, there's this. Here's how much the things cost. We are augmenting our reality. This is just us using our phone. I've done things like this when I am out. Me and my wife have been looking at houses, and we're using Zillow, and I can see the house. I can hold it up and see different things that they might have. I can see prices and all kinds of stuff in real time as I'm doing it, which is just awesome. Again, how many of you played the Pokemon game? This was a game that was popular a little while back, but tons of people got into it. Maybe a lot of people, their first real experience into using technology with augmented reality was the Pokemon Go game. So in a lot of regards, this game was a big hit because of that. You heard of people getting into car wrecks. Why? You're playing a video game while you're driving? I don't know, but they saw the Pokemon they had to get. It was a really cool game, a lot of fun. I mean, I was taking my kids out on walks in my neighborhood. It was getting them outside because we were looking for Pokemon, which was really cool and neat. So, a lot of people have at least experienced AR through games or, even if it's not technology, through their rearview mirror. But the technology's come a long way. I showed you the examples of the phone and we've talked about the game. But in addition to just using your phone and being able to, shop and do different things like that, we have come out with AR glasses. And that's kind of the future of augmented reality. It has to do with something that's not separated from us like our phone, something that's very easy, that's with us all the time. So, Google came out with something called Google Glass in the 2010 to 14 time range, Google Glass became like a thing, and they put it up for sale, really a developmental version. And you can see the picture here. This woman's wearing Google Glass and she can like see her GPS and say like, Paul is 400 feet away, or getting a text message, Jessica wants to talk to you, that kind of thing. That was the idea behind Google Glass. Unfortunately, it was kind of expensive and it didn't catch on too well. Really cool piece of technology. Again, as I said, it was a really cool piece of technology. You can see I actually own it and have it. I've got Google Glass right here. I'm wearing it. Kind of cool, right? It was like this glass that you could wear on your head, but it just got a lot of attention. It just didn't really go well. And Google stopped production of it. But the idea of it, that intro, just like the Nintendo Power Glove and other things like that, helped shape where we are today and where we're going. So I love this technology because of that. This is what Google Glass looked like when you were wearing it. So you could see like it had all kinds of options. Like you could blink and it would like do stuff. It would interact with your body and face. Really cool how it would interact with you. You could take pictures. You could tell it to do stuff. Very neat. So the technology has a lot of potential for real use, which I really, really like. So as I mentioned, Google has, Google Glass didn't do well. It became like something that Google kind of scrapped, and then they came back to it, and now they're in the process of actually coming out with a new version. At least that's been the rumor for like 4 years now. Though I keep getting updates, even 2019 and later updates, saying they are definitely coming out with a Google Glass like 2 or 3 kind of thing. And I'm really excited to see what that's like, especially because some competitors have really, changed the game in augmented reality. So let's take a look at them. So one of the coolest, best augmented reality examples I think has tons and tons of potential is Microsoft Hololens. This is a technology I'm really, really, really excited about. It's been out now and you can purchase it, but it's thousands of dollars. It's totally not for the general home user. It's way out of their price range. It's just not, the technology is just not there yet, but it has a lot of potential. You can see the picture here on the screen, being able to interact with your household. This is where Microsoft sees this technology going because they're the ones who make the HoloLens. And this also, with Google and Microsoft competing each other for this space, they're going to both come out with a device that's hopefully like in the $200 to $400 range that everyone's going to want to use at some point. We're just totally not there yet. But you can see what is available on the market. Now, Microsoft is in the process of reamping their HoloLens. They're coming out with a new version. Apparently, you can pre-order it. It's like $3,500, so totally not affordable for anyone. If no one's spending $3,500 on this, maybe like a very slim percent of the population is doing that. But you can see some of the cool stuff you can do with it. Imagine sitting in your living room and playing a 3D version of Minecraft. Like, how awesome would that be? My kids would absolutely flip if they got to do this. I mean, I would flip if I got to do this. This is just crazy. Imagine sitting there and having a real version of Minecraft in your living room. I'd probably make like a castle like that I could go into. Obviously I couldn't like walk on it because it's fake, but I'd make a castle like in my front yard that I could go and sit in and have like this big cool castle. Like, there's so many cool things I would do with this. I just think this is awesome and I would love to get my hands on this technology. But we're just so far away from it becoming mainstream yet. It's just not there. But this is what. So when I talked about that Nintendo Power Glove and those Sega 3D glasses, those technologies help shape where this stuff is right now, which is just awesome. And I'm really excited about that. So, this is like the current state of AR. And there's a lot of opportunity for professionals to use this stuff. This is just, very simply, I already told you, we're using it in the grocery store already. People are using it to play games like Pokemon. Bikers. Why would a biker want this stuff? Imagine being able to see how fast you're going, your directions as you're going. Really cool stuff. And that's what Google Glass did allow you to do with the GPS. It was really neat. Military use, all kinds of use, like medical and marketing and looking at houses and, just so many different neat ideas and things that this can be used for once the technology's ready for everyone. But with this technology, and I love the technology, but there are definitely some downfalls, and I want to bring them up. The first one, and one of the things everyone was scared of with Google Glass, was that if I was wearing this, would I be able to video and take photos of people? And the answer was yes, because I could set it that if I blinked my eye, it would record or take a picture and do different things like that, and like touch it. And, it would do different things. So, yeah, people could do some of that stuff. Even though Google put some security on it, it was pretty easy to get past it and do all that stuff. As far as facial recognition goes, facial recognition is not there yet for the public. It's not easily accessible, but the technology is out there and companies are using it and organizations are using it. So it is something that's a little scary. Like, imagine being able to walk around and walk into a store and it says, that's Vanessa, that's Carl, that's John, and tell me all about them. Like, pull up their profile and say, this person, they're this age, they make this amount of money, they're a doctor or whatever they do. And just imagine it being able to do that. It's really cool, but scary. I mean, an advantage to that is, imagine walking into a new company and your first day at the job, they give you this. And as you walk by, you get to see everyone. It says, oh, like, that's Jane. She's like VP of marketing or whatever. And you could get to see everyone and get to meet them that way. So that could be cool, but facial recognition is a little scary. Unwanted pictures and video people is also a little scary. The biggest disadvantage right now, though, is the cost. I mean, these, when these came out, they were too expensive. Microsoft HoloLens, way too expensive. The phone, obviously everyone has one, so being able to use it with your phone, doing very simple things, is working for now. But when this kind of stuff, the real future of it comes out, we got to make sure that it's priced so that consumers can actually buy it. Another thing to worry about, and it's not so much of a concern with your phone, because most of us hold our phone. We don't hold our phone to our ear 24/7. But when you're wearing a device like this, you do have to think about EMF radiation. Wearing something like this on your head all day long with it like beaming in and out does seem like it's probably not good for you. I know the research says it kind of is, but I've seen some research out there saying it's probably not. I don't know if I want to take the chance and just wear a device like this on my head 24/7. And, I don't want to get into discussion whether it's good or not, but I think wearing anything electronic near my brain probably isn't the best thing in the world. So, where are we going to go with this? So, what I have here on the screen is a contact lens. You can see on the left the picture that I have here. It's a potential what the future of a contact lens could look like, but just imagine being able to wear a contact lens that did all that stuff. This is like stuff we see in like movies like The Terminator, or just, movies like very futuristic idea, but how far are we from developing it? Let me put it this way. Google, Sony, a bunch of companies have developed patents on this stuff. That picture that I have on the right, that's a drawing from a patent that's out there already. So we're planning for this. It's going to come eventually. How far are we away from it? I don't know, but I know companies are investing research and development money into this technology already. So they're trying to get it, because whoever develops it first is going to make a lot of money, because it could be really cool, assuming it works and it's priced in a good consumer price range. So, that's the future of augmented reality. That's where we're going. So, AR. Augmented reality, real quick, just a rundown. Augmented reality is being able to change your reality, your perception of it, with some kind of either technology or device, but change what you're seeing. That's AR. Current state of it, we have our phones. They're really, the current state of AR for the consumer is really your phone. Being able to play games, use it shopping, use it for different things, put something on a, see different furniture in your house, like picture in your phone, or see yourself in the mirror with different outfits. That's where we are with AR, and it is really cool, and I'm really excited about that. The first future that we're going to see is the glasses. When they're finally ready for consumers and we like them, they become common and we accept them. We're just not there yet. We're getting there. The technology's kind of there and the devices are kind of there, but it just hasn't all clicked yet. And then the future beyond that is this kind of stuff, the contact lenses. And I already said some of the downsides, such as facial recognition. So there's a lot of things we have to work out as a society, before this stuff really becomes common. Thank you for watching. Bye.